Hey everybody, Chuck Holton here, and I'm in the town of Qyriat Shmona up in the north today. And the reason I'm here is because there's been a lot of fighting going on between the IDF and Hezbollah around this city today. They had dozens of missiles fired at the region, and some of them landed here in Qyriat Shmona, starting big forest fires like you see up there on the mountainside behind me. And one of them actually hit a shopping center that just destroyed a bunch of stores and that sort of thing. So, you know, the Biden administration keeps talking about, now I love how the Biden administration does this. You know, Joe Biden comes out today and says, okay, it's time to stop this war. It's time to end it. Like he has any say over when this war ends. And it displays a fundamental lack of understanding about how wars even work, because he's trying to do exactly what his predecessor, Barack Obama, did in Afghanistan. He's trying to declare that the war is over before the enemy is done fighting. And if you declare the war is over before the enemy is done fighting, what that is called is losing. It's called giving up. That means the enemy wins. See, the only way to win a war is to get the enemy to beg you to stop and to unconditionally surrender. That's what winning looks like. But the Biden administration doesn't know what winning looks like. He thinks you can just declare the war to be over and that's it. Well, ask the people of Qyriat Shmona whether or not that will work, because the 25,000 people that once lived in this city can't live here anymore. And anybody who has any means at all has already left and moved somewhere else. And so there's, even if you wanted to move back here, and there are people that have stayed here that still live here, but not many. And when that happens, that means that there's no services, there's no restaurants open. The stores are almost all closed, except for a few gas stations and that sort of thing. And no businesses are going to come back into Qyriat Shmona until this stops happening. And it won't stop happening until Israel forces that to happen. Now, they're going to have to go very hard against Hezbollah in order to make Hezbollah stop. And they're probably waiting for the war to kind of end in Gaza so that they can focus all their attention on the north. But talking with some locals here today, what they've been telling me is that they believe the government will come back in, make a big deal about a big push, and really take it to Hezbollah for a week or two, and then sort of pull back and claim that it's good enough for people to move back up here again. But then in the background, the IDF is going to be quietly preparing a lot more troops, a lot more ammunition, getting their stuff together and making a plan. And then they're going to have a completely separate war with Lebanon at a time and place of their choosing, maybe a year from now, maybe 2 years from now. And the reason for that is because, they did not get a chance to plan anything after October 7th. October 7th was a surprise, and it was foisted on Israel. And so they just have been basically reacting to the attacks against them ever since. Up here in the north, it's been just basically, you would call it ping pong with missiles. Hezbollah shoots a few missiles at this side, and the IDF has been flying overhead all day, dropping bombs inside Lebanon. And they just go back and forth and back and forth. What do you think Hezbollah is doing that for? Why do you think they're trying to continue firing just a few missiles at a time? We've been told they have tens or even hundreds of thousands of missiles. And so why doesn't Hezbollah attack with much greater ferocity? Well, it's probably because they are trying to hold on to their political power in Lebanon. They're already very unpopular in Lebanon, and they're trying to placate their masters in Tehran without actually, losing a large portion of their base and a large amount of their military hardware and materiel and ammunition. But don't forget, they have much larger missiles and many more of them. And so on the day that Hezbollah decides to go all out against Israel, Israel is not going to have the Iron Dome system sufficient up here to shoot everything down. So that's why Israel is probably waiting, because they know that when they open up this front, that they're going to have a much bigger war on their hands, and they just don't have the resources to counter that. So they're going to take another year, maybe 2 years, to prepare a lot more resources to get maybe this iron beam up and running to shoot down a lot more missiles. And then they're going to go hard against Hezbollah. I'm not big into making predictions, but that's what it looks like to me from here. So it's super windy out here. It's trying to blow my camera over. So I'm going to let you go. Make sure to watch the live that I do tonight about this on the Hot Zone, and we'll see you later.